Gang, as many of you will know, the Church of God, the family of God, has always worked best when it's about people, not about buildings. It's always worked best when it is concerned with loving those in whichever city it finds itself. It's always worked best when it's just able to welcome each other around tables and give to those who have need, to gather around the apostles' teaching, to be consumed with Jesus and not to have to be burdened with mortgages and rent repayments and all of that jazz. And for the last 5 years, we've enjoyed being a nomadic community where church has functioned wherever we happen to find ourselves. And it's one of the things I'm most proud of and love most about St. Mark's, that wherever we are, whether we're in a garden centre or a cinema or a Girl Guides Lodge or the beach or the middle of some field somewhere, church is on. If there's a couple of us there, then we know Jesus is also there by His Spirit, and church is on. And we feel that, and we know that, and we love that. And it means we're free. It means if we want to go and have a pool party and baptise people, we can do it. It means if we want to just go and run 5k to support the 1 in 5 children that are stuck in poverty across the city, and then meet as church in the Snowdome afterwards, we can do on March the 11th, by the way. It means if we want to meet in the afternoon and celebrate mums with a cheese board or have a fireworks party, we can do. And there's some brilliant things about being a nomadic community. There's also, as you know, some frustrating things about being a nomadic community. It's hard when we have to set up everything and pack down everything. It's frustrating when we can't invite people back necessarily to something that they can easily understand. If we meet someone at Make Lunch, we can't say to them, oh, we'll be here next Thursday, come and join us for something else. It means that some of our ideas kind of are stuck on the back burner because they need a base, they need a table to gather people around, they need some space under which, a roof under which to sit. It's difficult, I know, when you're talking to a mate and you begin to invite them to church and then they find out it's in a golf course and they suddenly have that kind of glazed look over their eye where they think, hold on, I thought you were talking about church, now it's in a golf course, I'm out. It's difficult, that. So there are some joys about being nomadic and about not having a building and being church wherever we are. There are some frustrations with it too, and some people who work really, really hard on it are really, really tired with setting stuff up all the time. Plus sometimes the security guard can't let us in or doesn't know where the heating panel is and we sit there freezing, or other times does know where the heating panel is but can't turn it off and we sit there roasting. All of that is difficult. It takes up a load of administrative time to sort out where we can use and what buildings we can be in, and to look for new spaces as we grow. All of that takes up time and energy. So we're just wondering, we're 5 years old and we want to ask together, Jesus, is this the plan still for your little church, St. Mark's? Is there another way? Is there something else you have for us? Is it better that we have a home with tables in it that we can invite people to? Would it be better for the mission of Jesus in the church if we had a base where people knew that they could come and find us there and come and receive help and love and grace and hope there? Would it be easier when we're talking about church to be able to invite people back to something? So over the next month, what I'd love us all to do, if you can, is to spend a couple of minutes a day praying and asking God, is there something that you're leading us into for the future? And if there is, God, would you whisper it to us? Because we want to go wherever you lead, Jesus. We don't just want to be a people that impose a leader's will or come up with some idea or follow the next track, the predictable line of what churches should do and what churches have always done, because it clearly doesn't always work. Otherwise, everybody would be in more church. We want to follow wherever Jesus leads for us, for St. Mark's, not for the church down the road. So we've got these prayer cards that we're going to use every Sunday in church when we gather. I'd love it if you could use them where you are, in your homes. You take one of these home. I'd love it if you could, anytime you find yourself with another St. Mark's, for 2 or 3 minutes, hey, should we just pray? And should we listen to Jesus, and should we ask Him to lead us? And it might be that as we listen to Him over the next month, maybe He's going to give us the keys to some miraculously given building, and we find ourselves with this, mega thing that we're like, oh wow, this answers all of our needs. Maybe He'll lead us towards a building which works for ministry and for mission, and that we're able to use to help and to bless people, but doesn't work at all for Sundays, and we're still nomadic on Sundays. Maybe He might suggest that we split off into 4 or 5 different groups and we go smaller again and build up again in different places across the city. Maybe He might say, tough it out, you're nomadic, what you need to do is spend a little bit of time on making sure that works better for you, spend a little bit of money on getting better resources, and all pile in with our energy to make sure that works. Maybe he'll lead us to something else. Whatever it is, we just want to follow Jesus. So please use these cards. If you get a chance, 2 or 3 minutes whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil, whilst you're filling your car up with petrol, if you get 2 or 3 minutes to sit down quietly, wait 2 or 3 minutes earlier in the day, when you're on the bus, the train, whatever, just work through these, have a little pray. Jesus, are you leading us anywhere? We're going to use it on Sundays. We're going to have a couple of prayer events. And if you could feed it back, whatever you hear Jesus whispering to you, even if you think it sounds bonkers, even if you're like, wow, there's no way, feed it back, because it may be that that's what Jesus is saying. And it may be that he whispers the same bonkers thing to a few of us. We're going to do it for a month and then see where we go. In the meantime, we keep going. We're at the college this Sunday and next Sunday for the pancake party. And we've got Make Lunch coming up in half term, because we are concerned about people and not about buildings. And it's always our desire to show hope to people, to show love to people, and to allow people to grow in their faith in Jesus as they do that. That is why we do what we do, and we want to follow him wherever he leads. Gang, keep going. I know some of us are struggling at the moment. There's a whole bunch of there's a whole load of man flu going around, for one. There's a whole load of us struggling with finances and with jobs and with health. So pray for each other. Keep going. My prayer for you is that you feel the energy of the Lord sustaining you through whatever today brings your way. Gang, you are loved and you are blessed, and I can't wait to see you soon. One last thing I should have said, and I totally forgot. On the website, if you go on the website, there's a home prayer page, and on there is a little meditation that you can use if you want to guide you through for 2 or 3 minutes, which has got some music and some visuals and this prayer on it, if you feel like a right Wally doing it on your own. So go on there. All right, peace out, everybody. Big blessings.